Hi, my name's Amanda. I am a coach and a trance channel, and I channel beings of light and bring them forward for all of you so that they can share their wisdom and guidance for you. Today, you're going to be hearing from Archangel Ariel. She wants to talk about the nature of the human spirit really wanting to do away with pain and suffering inside of a lifetime, and how at the end of the day, we're all working towards a better world, and a world full of peace and happiness, and a world without suffering and hardship. And the contrast between the desire for the human to do away with painful experiences and the desire for the soul to have them, and what the world might look like if the human part of us is successful in completely eradicating all semblance of pain and suffering. It's a really interesting perspective, one that's a little challenging for the human mind to fully grasp, but when you hear her talk about it, it might open up some perspective that you might not have given much thought to before. Through this transmission, Archangel Ariel is really wanting to invite you forward inside a new way of looking at yourself and the world around you and what you're really here to do and accomplish. I hope it resonates for you as much as it does for me. And as always, stick around and click subscribe if this is the type of message and information that you want to receive more of in your life, because bringing them through me for all of you has brought me so much joy. And I would love for you to stick around as we move forward on this journey together. Please enjoy.
Hello, dear ones. Oh, what a pleasure it is to be back once more. I am so excited to bring forward what I plan on speaking into today, and I'm sure that it will resonate with many of you on the deepest, most subconscious level in the end. Ultimately, you come here to experience a variety of different things because the only way to really understand you is to have an experience of you in a multitude of different ways. And this is the thrill of coming here, is to be able to have an experience unlike any other, and to have an experience worthy of learning from. Because it is difficult to learn something through observation alone. And it is difficult to learn something through conversation alone. Sometimes you have to be in the midst of the experience itself to fully understand what it means to have it, to embody it, to nurture it, and to want, to desire to be without it. And when you've had many of these experiences, the reality of you begins to change, because you are forever changed as a byproduct of your experiences of you. When you look back over the course of your lifetime, what stands out to you most? It is the highs and the lows, the peaks and the valleys, for everything in between fades away. And you are left with the moments in time that shaped who you are today. The same can be said over the course of many lifetimes. For it is the highs and lows of each one that you take away with you. It makes the entire experience of coming and going worthwhile. When we see this displayed on a global scale, this is what I desire to speak into today. The highs and lows of human existence through time, is that not what you take the time to learn about in your history books? Is that not what compels you to read certain things, to learn and study certain things, to paint certain things, to imagine certain things, and to discover certain things? The highs and lows of human history are what shape who you become as a collective unity. And it is the highs and lows that take place over the course of human history that makes up the memory of humanity itself. And this is something that must be recognized, is that you cannot have your own highs and lows and expect humanity to remain constant inside of it. When each and every single person comes here to experience their own highs and lows, that will only be reflected back on a global scale as well. Each individual that comes here is asking for this inside of their experience, because without it, the purpose in coming here is lost. You cannot change history without recognizing the highs and the lows inside of it. And so, if creating change is something that you're desiring to do, how can you recognize it experiencing the polarities inside of your own life is part of what change embodies for itself. Polarity, one state of being to another, flux, flow, contrast. If you were to work towards a future where there is no more flux, where there are no more peaks and valleys, highs and lows, the meaning inside of each lifetime would be lost. And you would turn your attention elsewhere, where the highs and lows would be offered to you in a way they wouldn't be here. So you see, from the human perspective, doing away with the highs and lows makes sense because it makes your existence uncomfortable. And God forbid you should be uncomfortable, right? But from the soul self, the entire purpose in being here is to experience the contrast inside of the peaks and valleys. And when that dissipates to a flat line of peace, love, and happiness, your purpose here will be lost, and you will go elsewhere that can provide you with the excitement you're looking for. Ultimately, it is difficult to understand why you would choose to come here to witness so much pain. But what I would like to reflect back to you is that the pain that you are witnessing is the pain of those individuals seeking those highs and lows for themselves. And being able to witness their highs and lows provides you with your own. And so, in that respect, you are serving one another's purpose in being here. I do not wish to tell you what the future holds, because that sort of denies the entire point of experiencing it for the first time. But I will say this, regardless of what the future holds here, you will continue to seek those highs and lows for yourself elsewhere, if not here. And so the highs and lows of the human experience may be lost over time as you all desire to be without them in some capacity while you are here. But that does not mean that you will no longer seek them out elsewhere in a new way, under new circumstances, with new intentions beneath them. If I were to leave you with a message today, it would be to think twice the next time you witness highs and lows taking place around you, because perhaps that is what those individuals are seeking at that moment in time. And it does not mean that you must not help them. It simply means that it is not necessarily wrong, that it is happening in the first place. It is simply happening because it is desired energetically. And your ability to help them will provide you with new highs and lows, which is a beautiful thing in and of itself. And so, if you are feeling called to bring more love into your life, do so, but know that there will always be peaks and valleys to your existence here, and attempting to mute them all at once simply defies your own sense of purpose in being here, and perhaps will never be the main driver behind your reasons for continuing to do so. I love you deeply and dearly, and I will always support you in leveling out your peaks and valleys where you desire to. But I also want you to know that the next time you approach a peak or a valley, take it in stride rather than fighting to eliminate it altogether, because it is the fighting that is creating your resistance to the experience that you signed up for in the first place. I love you. Goodbye.